Dragon Ball After takes place directly after Dragon Ball Z, as Goku flies away with Oob in order to train him. And we get a little time skip as we see a more adult Oob who is training with Super Saiyan Goku, and their battle is getting pretty intense. At this point, Oob has been training for quite a long time. He's really starting to come into his Majin Buu powers, and what's going to happen in this fan manga by Young Gigi is that Goku's actually going to get hit on the back of the head, which will awaken the evil, darker side of him. As we all know, in the beginning of Dragon Ball, Goku fell on his head, which basically caused him to lose a lot of his killer instinct that he had because he was a Saiyan. And now here in Dragon Ball After, he's gonna get hit on the head again, this time by Oob, by accident during their training session, and he's going to become evil. What ensues is all of the Z fighters and everybody included all has to team up in order to try and take down Goku, who is now evil. His Saiyan primal instincts take over, his personality changes, and we get a glimpse as to what Goku would have been like if he had never bumped his head on Earth. Now, this fan manga, this doujinshi, was made by Young Gigi, who is one of the most internationally recognized Dragon Ball fan manga specialists. He is probably one of the top 3 in the world, the others being Dragon Garo Lee and Toyotaro himself. He is a very predominant manga artist and huge fan of Dragon Ball. He's done tons of different fan manga of Dragon Ball, including works on Dragon Ball AF, as well as a few others, which I think I'm going to start covering on this channel. So if you guys like this kind of content, make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Now, as we get into the opening of chapter 1, which by the way, there's actually 8 volumes so far. I don't think that there's any more at this current moment. I hope he continues it because the story is not yet finished. And right now what we have is the battle between Goku versus Oob. Goku's in Super Saiyan and he's actually struggling here against Oob. They're both very battered and beaten and damaged. Goku saying, "Ooh, I'm seeing stars. Your training is going well. You're doing really, really good." And Goku glares at Oob, charges in, blasts off, darting directly towards him. I mean, look how solid this art is. It looks very similar to Toyotaro. In fact, Toyotaro has made comments about Young Gigi before, especially after Young Gigi started to redraw a lot of Toyotaro's art on Dragon Ball AF. Now here Goku is recognizing that Oob is pretty much, he needs to work on his fighting tactics. His charge is too simple. It's a front-facing linear attack, which is funny because in Dragon Ball sometimes they're like, "You can't do that, Gohan. You can't charge straight at him." But sometimes during the big battles between the best 2 fighters, that's exactly what they do. In any case, Goku shoots out a blast directly at Oob, who seems to have dodged it, and he's to talk about a close call, as expected, of Master. So pretty much you can see that both of them are fairly pushed to their limits. Goku saying, "This is the time to end it, give me all you've got," and Oob says, "Very well." They go full power, they charge directly at each other, and it's very clear here that this is going to be the climax of the battle, of the training between the two of them. And as Oob charges, you can see little Majin Buu, Kid Buu, like kind of coming out of him, like the aura. And I'm guessing what this is he's really figuring out how to utilize the maximum power of Majin Buu within him. Now, as Goku comes in, it appears that Oob has learned not to do that linear front attack, and he actually very quickly moves behind Goku, raising his arm, and you know that's the death blow. He slams that arm back right in the back of Goku's head, and you can feel the pain. I mean, look at the art, the direction, the impact. Whenever an artist is able to depict damage and speed just from a single picture, you know that they are a phenomenal artist. Goku spitting up blood, his eyes going white as he gets overhand smashed directly down into the ground. Now, Oob says, "I'm not done yet." He charges in down at Goku, who was able to land from that blow, but as he's charging in, he notices something, and you see this kind of like black lightning, black energy aura start to emanate off Goku. And this is because now that he's been hit on his head again, all the effects of the initial head donk from the beginning of Dragon Ball when he simply lost his murderous instinct is now fading. And now even Vegeta recognizes that something strange is happening. He can feel the murderous intent emanating from Goku. He feels something strange And I don't see any reason why his ki would like change. It shouldn't change his signature, but sometimes in Dragon Ball, characters are able to like feel the murderous intent in others. Like remember when Goku sparred against Future Trunks sliced down the sword at Goku, who didn't even flinch, and Trunks is like, why didn't you move? Goku said, I didn't feel any murderous intent. Now here there is obviously a visible change in Goku, Oob even recognizing, you don't look right. Something is definitely strange. And I love this shot of Goku right here. This looks like some Majin Goku. He's surrounded in lightning and this black ominous aura. You can feel the evil coming out of him, and he has the dark lines under his eyes, just like Majin Vegeta did as well. Now it appears that Goku is actually kind of confused here. He's like, Oob, what exactly is going on? And then there's this explosion of energy that just rockets out into the sky. So it seemed to me like Goku was like kind of going in and out, like this shell that was on his brain is kind of shattering, kind of like when Broly like lost his mind and went from this meek and quiet guy to just exploding into this raging berserker. I think that's what's actually happening right here. The energy is just overflowing from Goku, which the only sensibility that makes to me is that he was withholding power because he obviously didn't want to hurt Oob. But I guess now that his like murderous intent, his ferocity has just been completely unleashed, he's just gonna go full power like every fight. Like there's no holding back anymore. There's no classic Goku who likes to take a lot of beatings in order to just warm up. This is the murderous Goku who's not holding back anymore. Vegeta darts off. Piccolo and the others all kind of like understand that something strange is going on with Goku. They all feel some different energy vibing from him. Even King Kai is up there on his planet and he's saying, this is different from all the rest. I don't see any hope. Goku is losing it, and it's not going to be good for the Z fighters who are used to a friendly Goku who always takes it easy on them. And I assure you that he is not going to take it easy on anybody else in this manga. Here we see the evil Goku clad in lightning and dark energy. I mean, there's not really any reason that he should have dark energy, but it looks very, very similar to Majin Vegeta here. In essence, this is almost identically what Majin Vegeta gained by going full evil. In fact, with Majin Vegeta, he wouldn't have to hold back anymore. He could go all out. He could be murderous, and that's kind of what makes Saiyans so powerful. And Majin Vegeta gained a power-up, but that was also because of the Majin powers. Goku here is gaining a power-up, I think simply for the sole fact that there is zero holding back anymore. I mean, just imagine a murderous, full power Goku going on a rampage, and that's what we're getting here, who just uses instantaneous movement, instant transmission, whatever you want to call it, and kicks Oob in the face. Amazing art there by young Gigi, truly showing off his skills. Now Oob has no idea what's going on here. He gets smashed in the face by Goku's foot, and he's saying, Master, why did you do that? What are you doing here? Goku just stands there smirking at Oob. I love this evil Goku look, man. I really gotta say, I am enjoying this. To me, this is a much better story than Goku Black and how Zamasu took over his body. Oob thinks that this is some new training method. He's like, don't just stand there, say something. And Goku's like, training? Oob saying, you already said that training was over. Why did you fit in a sneak attack on me? That's very unlike you. Now here, strangely, Goku says, who is Goku, right? So it's trying to say that he's basically like lost a lot of his memory. But what doesn't make sense is as these chapters go on, he has all of his memory of all of the other characters. So I think right here is what he's actually doing is he's kind of mocking Oob, and he's acknowledging that he's no longer Goku. Now he is Kakarot. He is the evil, murderous Saiyan. Imagine Nappa and Vegeta during the Saiyan saga. Imagine Raditz. Imagine the guys who kill anything and anybody they want. That personality is Kakarot, the true Saiyan warrior. Oob gets blown away by Goku's ferocious energy as Goku blasts off, charging directly at Oob, just with pure insanity in his eyes. He throws a punch at Oob, who is actually able to dodge it, but Kakarot just backhands Oob. You see the damage, you see the blood coming out of his mouth. I love how gory this is. I love the feeling of damage on the characters. I love the speed. I love the angles. The storyboards are just absolutely phenomenal. A legend among the Dragon Ball artist community. So Oob tries to fly away. Goku chases him down, saying, think you can run? So Oob's thinking to himself, this is scary, forget me, he doesn't even recognize himself. I have to let Gohan and the others know now, but why is he calling himself that? Kakarot, who is that supposed to be? Obviously Oob doesn't know the whole backstory, and as he's thinking about this, he gets caught off guard and takes a laser right through the shoulder area, spitting up even more blood, and that looks painful for Oob. Goku stops him in his tracks, saying, you were delusional to think that you could escape from me, and Oob confirms it, saying, yeah, actually, I guess I can't really avoid a fight after all. I'm not really going to have a chance to go tell the others. It looks like I'm going to have to go all out right here. So Kakarot says if you keep running like prey, you will be killed like prey, and Oob acknowledges that I've lost more blood than I thought. I can't afford to drag this out. Yeah, he has been spitting up quite a bit of blood throughout this. Kakarot shoots out a gigantic blast down at Oob, who flies directly towards Kakarot, right through it, and appears behind Goku with an energy blast, which he throws at Goku, but Goku says that's such a weak attack. But then something starts happening to Goku's head. So he just got hit on the head. He's kind of phasing in and out, it seems like, of this evil Goku to good Goku. He's not 100% sure what the heck is going on. I think he's like confused, and his head is also super confused at this point. The blast ends up hitting him and explodes on him, but he's okay. You can see the smoke clear, and he's still sitting there holding his head. Oob recognizes that the hit on the back of his head must have done this. So Goku says, do I have to repeat it over and over? I am Kakarot. And Oob is actually understanding what's going on. Goku is having this mental struggle, this internal struggle between his good side and his evil Saiyan side. He keeps fluctuating between peaceful and malevolent, and Oob is thinking to himself, maybe I can turn him back to the good Goku. Maybe if I hit him on the head again, it'll bring back the traditional loving Goku that is his master. So they continue to have this battle, and Oob recognizes that Goku's blows are laced with killing intent. At this rate, he's probably going to lose. Goku is not holding back. He's not training Oob. He's literally going in with every strike with the intention to kill. And Goku's saying, I'm disappointed. Your fighting skills leave much to be desired. How unfortunate for you. I had much higher expectations. What a waste of time. Now Oob looks really scared here, saying, I'm gonna be killed. Yeah, you probably are. So at this point, something starts actually happening to Oob, and he starts losing his mind. So basically inside of Oob, there's this internal struggle, I guess, between him and Majin Buu. And you see this dark energy start to emanate out of Majin Buu. Goku is even surprised and recognizing this. Oob is saying, I'm all excited now, and Goku is saying, so when you're driven over the edge, this is what you become. And all this dark energy and waves and power is coming out of Oob. It looks like Majin Buu is taking over. Is he becoming evil as well? So they go at it again. It appears that Oob still had a lot of reserve energy, and now the battle seems a lot more equal. Oob is actually able to land some punches, and they're just fist fighting like complete lunatics at this point. Oob lands a very powerful punch on Goku, who starts spitting up blood, and Goku can't even believe, or I should call him Kakarot, cannot believe that it's crazy how much faster and stronger Oob has gotten since he basically unleashed the Majin Buu inside of him. He starts to say that Oob's attacks are still too predictable, but Oob was right underneath him, landing a kick, sending him directly up in the air, and Oob says to himself, right now, it's kill or be killed. He appears behind Goku and prepares the final attack to kill his master, Goku, to kill the evil Kakarot, which he has accidentally unleashed upon the world, and he knows he may be the only chance of stopping this murderous Kakarot, as he remembers all of the good times between him and Goku, their training sessions, them eating and laughing together, and so he just gently donks Goku on the back, and he says, I just simply can't do it. Oob cannot kill his master. He doesn't have it in him to perform the finishing blow, and then something happens to Oob. Goku has shoved his fist directly through Oob's stomach. He has pierced his chest or his abdomen area, and you can see Oob crying, bleeding everywhere, and literally dying to the hands of his own master. As Goku rips out his arm, Oob falls to the ground, and you can see blood just spewing out of his chest, and Oob has died. Kakarot saying, if you hadn't hesitated in that final instant, you may have had a chance. You fool, your body is strong, but your mind is still weak. But before Oob lands to the ground, someone has saved him. and oh boy, is that going to get Kakarot excited. The Prince of Saiyans has arrived as he gently lays the fallen Oob down onto the ground. Vegeta saying that brat, wasn't he Majin Buu's reincarnation? And he notices Kakarot standing on the mountain behind him. What is the meaning of this? Explain yourself. Kakaroto! So it appears that Vegeta has had no contact with Goku since the end of Dragon Ball GT, saying a long time no see, you've gotten a lot wilder since I last saw you. And the Saiyan blood is boiling inside Kakarot, who just can't wait to get in a fight with Vegeta, saying enough yapping, shut your hole and fight me. Vegeta immediately turns Super Saiyan 2 with lightning surrounding him and saying, I don't know what happened to you, but I don't mind. Vegeta's ready to get his rematch. Back when we fought Majin Buu, there was a huge difference in our strength, says Kakarot. So he remembers everything that's going on. He's not forgetting anything, it's just a murderous intent. The battle begins as Vegeta starts off with a big bang attack, launching it directly at Kakarot. There's a massive explosion, and Kakarot's saying, what's the point of that? You might as well told me to dodge, fool. You know I'm better than this. But what Vegeta is really trying to do was just get Kakarot to chase him to a different area. It appears that Oob is lying on the ground, and he may not actually be dead, and Vegeta's just trying to get Kakarot to a safer area where they can fight without the worry of hurting innocent people. As Kakarot's chasing Vegeta, Vegeta's saying, wow, he's really fast. I guess right now he might be a little bit stronger than me. And they have a little bit more of the smack talk, a little bit more back and forth. It's very Saiyan Saga vibes, and it's exciting to see as their positions have basically literally flip-flopped from the Saiyan Saga. Vegeta, who's a good guy now, and Kakarot, who is in this fan manga, very, very evil. But now we have some very interesting dialogue between Vegeta and Kakarot as Vegeta starts to explain the Super Saiyan transformations. And basically what he's saying is that he was able to get Bulma to create some contacts that could verify power levels again, saying that Kakarot's power level is 5 billion while his is only 3 billion. And then Kakarot says, well, that means I win, right? And Kakarot says that will be true if I continue to fight at this stage. And that's when Vegeta begins to yell out and scream, beginning a brand new transformation. That is the end of the very first chapter of Young Gigi's Dragon Ball After, and I gotta say, it is absolutely phenomenal. The battle between Goku and Vegeta in the upcoming chapters is one for the record books, and you're going to want to see what Vegeta has learned and accomplished over the years while Goku has been training Oob. You're going to lose your mind. Make sure you guys are subscribed and you leave a like on this video if you want to see the next chapters. I'll break them down for you. Thank you guys, and I'll be seeing you soon for the next video. Owarida.